Third tournament of the Chicago Summer Series, the Midsummer Classic here at Bulger Park in Melrose Park, Illinois. You have 45s, the home team, and Chicago Dynasty, the away team. Two teams that know each other very well. But different guys on the teams, you know, with Dynasty getting younger, losing Iggy Alonji, a couple other players. No Matty Richards tonight that I do not. Oh, he is here. So you'll have Tommy Walsh in center, Tony DiVincenzo at short center, and Mikey Mays at third. That will be your first three hitters. Moretti's on the mound this evening. Mastari, Mercado, Marola, Villarreal, and Haas is the infield. Tommy Walsh leading things off here. And Moretti fakes, and Walsh hits a line drive, and Sanchez cannot make the play, and Walsh takes a hard round first for a single. So William Russ live here on SSA broadcast with Tony DiVincenzo, the short center. Swinging here. 45 slaughtered traffic, I believe 16-5 or 15-4 before this game. Highway is beating Los Barachos 10-6. But we're live here with Dynasty and 45s. DiVincenzo, it's a ground ball to Mastari. He'll go to safe at first. Everybody's safe. Brad saying that Walsh got his foot in. So Mastari threw it to second. Walsh slid in. It was close. Brad said safe. And Tony gets the first. So first and second now for Mikey Mays, the third baseman. Dynasty threatening here. First and second, nobody out. With the right guys coming up with runners on, we'll see if Mays can get a hold of one here. So open count, I believe. And Moretti gets a strike. Moretti way ahead here, 0-2. Beautiful night here in Melrose Park. Considered the second round just because first game for Dynasty, but the 45s beating traffic. And Mays goes hard to left. And Walsh will tag. There's going to be a throw at third. And Tony didn't tag. So first and third. So 0-2 pitch. Mays flew out to Sanchez. Walsh tagged. DiVincenzo did not. And now the double play is in question here. First and third, one out for Matty Richard. Matty, a veteran of the game, played for Signature. Won a Forest Park MVP, I believe. So we'll see if Matty could put Dynasty on the board here. First and third, one out. Moretti fakes and delivers. Matty, it's a ground ball, foul ball to Walsh. You're standing in foul territory.
One out, one strike.
See if Matty tries to square one up here. First and third. Anything on the ground could be two. He takes short, so one ball and one strike here. Matty takes short again, so two balls and one strike for Richards. First and third. Moretti fakes and delivers, and Richards will try to hit a ground ball. This could be two. Marola bobbles it, tries to slap it to Mercado, and everybody's safe, and that's a run across for Dynasty. So Marola bobbled it and then tried to slap it as the ball was sitting there, and Mercado took a hard run to second base, and it was just a bad transfer, and now Dynasty's on the board. And Jack Landwehr, who played with the 45s for a couple years. No, I don't think Meatball City will be shown next. I think Gio's doing Moneyline Signature at 9:30. Landwehr hits a ground ball through the middle, and DiVincenzo will score 2-0 Dynasty. So Jack Landwehr with another run across the board for Dynasty, 2-0 here. Now Joey Krasinski, the right fielder, will step into the box, first and second still. 2-0 Dynasty. So a couple misplayed balls so far by 45s.
All right, here we go now, Joey. 1-1. 1 out. See you, Joey.
Moretti working with a big step to his right, delivers. Krasinski hits a fly ball towards left center. Chucky will go there. Chucky with a nice jump. The infield was playing, or the outfield was playing pretty shallow. Chucky got a nice jump to his right towards the left center gap. Richards got a way off the bag. Not sure if he thought it was through, but was able to get back in time. And now Joe Napoli, the second baseman. 2-0 Dynasty. Open count here on this round. Brad saying no pitch.
Way back.
Moretti delivers to Baccia, and he cuts one in front of Sanchez. That ball bobbles, and Richards will score, and the ball gets thrown back in. 3-0 Dynasty. Nice cut by Napoli.
Hey, Jack, 2 outs.
So 3-0 Dynasty for Ethan Quinn, the young shortstop.
I'll let you know. You're good right there. You're good right there. Jack,
So back in action here. Moretti and Quinn, another runner in scoring position for Dynasty, as they're up 3-0 here.
right there. You're good. You're good.
We'll see what Ethan Quinn, the 8-hitter in this Dynasty lineup. And it's a humpback to Mercado, who makes the play. Nate catching the liner, and we head to the bottom of the first. Dynasty puts up 3. And you'll have Vince Finelli on the hill for Dynasty this evening. A couple big hits by Landwehr and Napoli. And now you have Anthony Sanchez, Nate Mercado, and Jeff Mastari. No Scotty Vetter this evening, and no Vince Sacy for the 45s. So 2 key starters missing. But the 45s have a deep bench and have players that could get big hits, as Billy Smith is EHing this evening. Chris Lentin is catching. They're batting 11. They have Izzy, J-Rob, and Larry Downs on the bench. So 2 Hall of Famers and J-Rob, who's one of the top hitters, off the bench. And back when he was playing with the Roadrunners, was a nice player when he played a lot more. But J-Rob more of just a tournament player the last couple of years, but has been known to come into games and get big hits. So Finelli and Sanchez here. Yeah, no glove softball here in Chicago. We're in Melrose Park, Illinois. And Vince misses deep. Mikey Mays is at third. Ethan Quinn at short. DiVincenzo up the middle. Napoli at second. And Landwehr at first. Carl's out in left, Walsh in center, and Krasinski's in right. That's how Dynasty goes. The great Joey Baccia, yeah, who had a nice cut, and if you could hear on the live stream, he hit that cut in front of Sanchez. He screamed down right off the bat, so he had a nice RBI single with 2 outs to get Dynasty their 3rd run. Sanchez hits a ground ball through Finelli to DiVincenzo, throw to first in time for the first out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. So Sanchez hammered that ball through Finelli, but DiVincenzo was playing on the right side of second base, and he threw him out. And now Nate Mercado, the shortstop and leader of this 45s team, will step into the box with 1 out. Finelli will miss just deep. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vince pitching. So 2 strikes. Vince hitting the corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not sure if Larry Downs agreed with that strike. We're going to have to ask him. See, Mercado shoots one right past Finelli here. We'll see. And he goes hard towards left. Carl on his tracks, and he cannot make the play. Mercado will get the second, and Quinn play at third, and he fires at the third. Slides in for a triple. So Nate's screaming at Brad. Nate wasn't a fan of that 0-2 pitch as he thought it was illegal. Carl was chasing that ball down. He was unable to make the catch, and it's a 1-out triple for Mercado. Quinn caught that ball on the cutoff, and he could have fired it into Mays at third. There could have been a closer play, but Vince and Izzy having some words here already. So Vince locked in. Nate was giving Brad a hard time, and Izzy. So I guess Israel and the 45s are complaining about Vince's steps. And Jeff goes hard in the left. That will be an RBI single. There will be a play at second. And Jeff Mastari with an RBI double to put the 45s on the board.
Bumper, you will go deep though. You will go big. Hey, let's go.
So now Chris Lentine, very energetic game so far. Very energetic game. But I'd said both these teams have a lot of history. Just different players. Chris goes hard to Landwehr. Off Landwehr. Mastari will score. Chris will get an RBI single, and it's 3-2. So Israel talking to Brad again. I'm not sure if he's talking about the steps or the height of the pitches. But Vince was getting pretty mouthy with the 45's bench, and you don't want to wake this 45 team up. As once they get loud, they start to play better. And it's 3-2 with Billy Smith, the veteran, extra hitting in the 5-hole with a runner on first.
Watch yourself. 3 over here.
Billy takes deep for a ball.
Ball, Bill.
Billy hits a ground ball to Vince. Vince goes to DiVincenzo for 1 and Landwehr for 2. A double play for this dynasty team. And we will show you the replay. Nice play by Vince. DiVincenzo was able to fire it over to Landwehr, and it's a double play. And Dynasty wins the first inning. So 3-2 as we head to the top of the second. Good.
Get the good side.
So 3-2 Dynasty. Billy was trying to blast one to the gap, but missed and hit it right to Vince. It'll be Vince Finelli and Carl, the left fielder, and then Tommy Walsh. So 9-10-1 here for Chicago Dynasty. Good crowd on scene here. Highway about to play. I'm not sure who they're playing down there, but I think Gio put in the chat. The Gravediggers. And Vince cuts one to Marola, who cleans it and throws the first in time for the first out here of the top of the second. Marola playing short center this evening, known to either see him on the mound or in the outfield, but he is at short center. Moretti pitching. Israel, who has pitched the last 5 years or so for the 45s after Steve Batnich stepped away from the game. And now Carl will take a strike. Open count here this evening. Moretti way ahead here, 0-2. Misses just deep, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. No illegal call. Dynasty was looking for an illegal. Carl takes off the plate, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carl hits a ground ball right back to Moretti. So 2 up, 2 down here. So Tommy Walsh with the second at bat here in the bottom of the second inning. See if Dynasty can get something going here with 2 outs and nobody on here. Moretti moves Marola to the pull side. See if Walsh tries to put one through Moretti on the oppo side. Nate shaded towards Mustari. And Sanchez is pretty shallow and left. We'll see where Walsh decides to go here. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And he tries to cut one, and Danny with a nice play about 5 yards into the grass. And we head to the bottom of the second, 3-2 Dynasty. Nice play by Danny Villarreal as he ran about towards center. Chucky was in, but Danny calls it. And you'll have... That's up. As we have Jimmy Moretti, Mike Marola, and Adam Haas, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Moretti known to be the leadoff hitter on Hex all those years. Batting 6th. He was also, earlier in the year, I want to say he was in the 4 hole. Now dropping down to 6. Jimmy could cut, he could go right center, and he can try and go up. He did beat Traffic's left fielder for a triple in the press game, so we'll see how he does here. As Vince works ahead with a strike, Brad, the umpire, letting both pitchers go up in the arc, so we'll see how that plays in if both pitchers stay up around 10, 11 feet. Richie Arico doing a great job on the field as it rained during the day and all day yesterday, but Richie in this Melrose Park district did well. And Moretti hits a line drive to Carl and left. He makes a basket catch. So a nice hard line drive, but right at Carl. And now Mike Marola started his career with Traffic, went over to Hex, was with Meatball City, and now playing with the 45s. Had to feel good for Mike playing against his longtime teammate Nick Gatto last game, pulling a win out. A couple of good 9:30 games tonight with Signature and Moneyline and Meatball City and Iron. Geo will be live. Marola hits a ground ball to Quinn. Quinn throws in time to get Marola. Nice play over there by Ethan Quinn, the shortstop. And now Adam Haas, the 8 hitter and first baseman for the 45s, will step in with 2 outs and nobody on. And he will take a strike. And Adam hits a line drive to DiVincenzo, who throws the first. Nice stretch by Landwehr, and it's 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the third, 3-2 Dynasty. So Dynasty gonna have their 2-3-4 hitters here in DiVincenzo, Mikey Mays, and Matty Richards. But a nice stretch by Landwehr, who has played short center for the 45s for a couple of years. Made the move to Dynasty last year.
Let's go. Yeah. Tell him to change the number right now. No. Change the number.
So Dynasty kind of changing their roster. They had Joey Igiardo, Mike Alonji, Steve Messina, Mike Hickey. I'm not sure if I haven't seen Hickey much this year. Not sure if he's still on the roster, but Messina's not around anymore, and Igiardo's with Flash. Alonji is with Circus. Could be forgetting a couple other guys, but they had those great runs at Forest Park, but falling to 45s. I believe it was 3 years in a row. And DiVincenzo goes hard to right field in front of the right fielder for a single to start this top of the third inning. And now Mikey Mays, the third baseman, who's got power, fell behind 0-2 last time and hit a fly ball to left. We'll see if he's more aggressive in this at bat and tries to pound one. Yes, Chris, I did forget. I knew I forgot one of you guys. Chris Rieger played first base, I want to say, on those Dynasty team, on the Dynasty when he was here. But Chris on the Whale team. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Dynasty here, 3-2. Up 3-2. Mike Mays will take short.
Mikey, come on, kid. Come on, Mike.
It's 2 balls and 1 strike here, so Moretti might have to give in here. If Mays likes it, he could power one. And he hits a ground ball to Mercado, to Marola for 1, and safe at first, so fielder's choice. So fielder's choice, so 1 out with Matty Richard, the catcher. Matty could go hard towards the gap. He can try and hit the line if he wants to. Matty will take flat, so Matty tries to flip, and it is down, and Mays will get the third, as we just talked about. Matty Richards with the flip. Good read by Mikey Mays, who was able to go first to third. And now first and third for Chicago, for Dynasty, with Jack Landwehr, who got a nice hit up the middle, past Moretti, and to the right of Danny. So we'll see where they play Marola this time. Anything hard on the ground could be 2, as Jack hits the ball extremely hard. We'll see if Mercado's playing pretty deep at short. See if they can try and turn one if the ball is on the ground. But Landwehr's got to make sure he's able to get Mikey Mays in here. First and third for Dynasty with 1 out. Up 3-2 here. And he goes hard to Sanchez, and Sanchez makes a basket catch. That will score another run, so Landwehr...
One time I'll get that left center and fucking get me.
Landwehr talking left center. Hit it right on the number, right on the screws, but hits it right at Sanchez. If that's in the gap, that ball would roll towards the light pole in left center, but unable to hit the gap. But another run crosses for Dynasty. 4-2 with Joey Krasinski, the right fielder.
You're good.
Krasinski hits a ground ball to Danny. Danny will fire it in time. Very close. We'll show you the replay. Danny, one of the top second basemen, has been for a while. Nice play. Good footwork by Haas over here at first. It was a close play. See if you could follow it on the live stream if I got it. But we head to the bottom of the third. 4-2 Dynasty. And I believe Danny Villarreal, Isidro, and Chuck. So Isidro, the right fielder, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correct. He's playing right field. Made the transition from the Demons to the 45s this year. Playing right field. But Danny will lead things off here. Chuck is batting in the 11th spot, playing center. Big inning for Dynasty here if they can get a 0, up 4-2 with the bottom of this 45 lineup up. I look to see Danny try and cut one here in front of Carl. We'll see if he elects to. And Vince works ahead with a strike. And he hits a ground ball to third. He stays with it, throws across in time. Nice play by Mikey Mays. And another nice play over here by Jack Landwehr. Mays was playing right in the baseline. Hits off his stomach, stays right in front, throws a one-hopper over to Landwehr. He stretches, makes the play for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Now Cedro.
You gotta get him, Joe. You gotta get him, Joe.
Highway making some noise. Good to see that at a tournament, as they have not had great success in the Westchester and North-South. Good to see them. They beat Los Parachos, and I believe they're up over there, so they need a good tournament. And Cedro tries to go down the line, and it's foul.
2 strikes.
BTA and Pharaohs dropping out of the tournament. They were in the bracket, and then I was told a couple of their guys got injured, so they didn't have enough guys to play this weekend. So both those teams hurting their chances at getting a Forest Park bye by not playing in this tournament. Reminder, the Forest Park tournament is at the end of the month, or July 24th to the 27th. All these teams trying to get ready for that big tournament, with the third tournament of the Chicago Summer Series right here in Melrose, called the Midsummer Classic, run by Geo, Pat, and the SSA. Happy to be out here live streaming in a full count here. And he hits a humpback into right center, and he will stay right here. But a nice ball into right center for Cedro. And now Chuck will step in to the box with Anthony Sanchez on deck. So if Chuck could get a reach here, you got Sanchez, Mercado, and Mastari with possible runners in scoring position. So if you're Dynasty, you got to get this out here. And Vince falling behind here, 2-0. Vince has got to try and find it here. So gets a strike, so 2-1. Chuck hits a pop-up, and Napoli cannot make the catch. Everybody's safe. So Napoli could not make the play. Tough ball going into right center. Leaped up, couldn't make the play. And now the 45s have first and second here with the top of their lineup with Anthony Sanchez with one out. So a couple hits here for the 45s with the right guys up. But their bottom getting on. Cedro and Chucky getting on. And he hits a line drive through the middle. And Cedro will score, and it's a 4-3 ball game. RBI single for Anthony Sanchez. See what Mercado does here. Two and 0 here. 3-0. If you're Vince, you don't want to put Mercado on with Mastari on deck. So 3 balls and a strike here. And Vince walks Mercado to give Jeff Mustari a chance here. Bases loaded with 1 out.
One out. 3 on the other side.
And Jeff, first pitch, it's a long fly ball to left. Carl tracking it. He makes the catch. And they will fire it in, and 2 runs will score. Mercado will get the third, and Mercado's going to stay at third, but 2 runs score. Nice play by Carl. So, Dynasty trying to appeal, but it's on the first touch. Carl got to it, batted it into the air and caught it then. A double tag. 5-4 lead for the 45s. 2 outs though, with Chris Lentine up here. If you're Dynasty, you want to get out of here now. Only down 1.
Come on, Chris.
So 2 strikes. So Lentine with 2 strikes here. We'll take strike 3. So Vince strikes out Chris Lentine to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Vince, we'll see where that lands, but strike 3 called on Chris Lentine. And we head to the top of the 4th, 5-4, 45.
Come on, head goes the lead. Let's go. Back to back. Go defense. Wow. One more time. Wow. Hello, boys.
What's up? So Joe Napoli.
Come on, Nappy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nappy. Just like last time, James. Let's go. What's up, 4-hitter? Hey.
Fuck, man, you must have told me like 3 months ago. Is that the last time I saw you?
It's been a minute.
You had a couple sick kids, one guy broken leg.
Holy. I got one more. Down here really smells good.
Okay.
It smells like, it smells incredible.
Joe Napoli tries to cut one again, but Sanchez makes the play. So he tries to go with the ball he hit last time, but hits it right at Sanchez.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jesus. No.
Now Ethan Quinn, the shortstop, will step in here. If you're Dynasty, you don't want to flatten out here. You're winning the game down for the first time. Try and get a base runner on and see if you can try and steal a run here. And he tries to go to right, and Sidro will run in and drop it. So a rare drop in right. Ball was high up there. Quinn not running, but able to get the first. So a rare drop in right, which you don't see much in 16-inch softball, especially on these top teams. But now Vince Finelli, the 9-hitter, with Carl on deck. So see if Vince can try and. Vince goes down, and Sanchez tries to make a fantastic catch along the fence, but unable to. Vince was screaming go, a little hit and run there with 1 out, trying to beat Sanchez down the line, but could not. A little pickoff move right here. And strike 2, so we'll see what Vince does here. Moretti goes up top, illegal called. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vince hits a line drive to Danny, to Marola for 1, and to Haas for 2. The double play for the 45s. High White taking the lead down on the other diamond, but Moretti was calling it, saying that Vince was going to go towards Danny's right. Danny made a nice turn to Marola. And now it's 5-4 heading to the bottom of the fourth. The 45s looking to add some more runs here. Nice night tonight. No breeze whatsoever. The bugs are kind of bad, flying all over the place out here, but Billy Smith will lead things off here. Gio will be live for signature and money line following the conclusion of this game. So Vince way ahead here, 0-2. Billy Smith did not like that call, or just shaking his head.
She was getting the call from Alan. I'm not even kidding. It sounds crazy. He literally was.
0-2. Could see an illegal pitch here.
Oh yeah, when he gets there, I'll tell him.
Billy goes hard to left. Carl will make the catch, so 1 up, 1 down. Smith falling behind and hitting a lazy fly ball on the left. Billy not one known to argue, just likes playing the game pretty quiet, so didn't say much there, just got unlucky with that second pitch. It hit the outside corner for a strike. So Jim Moretti with 1 out here. Moretti goes to left, tries to beat Carl. Carl will make a basket catch. Jimmy not happy with that at bat. First pitch tries to beat Carl. So 2 up, 2 down. If you're Dynasty here, get Marola out. You got the Carl in the top of your lineup coming up. We'll see if they use Joe Scamacci they have on the bench. They got a lot of guys on their bench, so we'll see if they decide to pinch hit for Carl in the top of the 5th. Marola takes a strike. And he goes hard towards center. Walsh will make the play as the ball was moving to his right. Dynasty getting back into the game. 5-4 heading the top of the 5th. You could feel the energy. Dynasty, very energetic group. We'll see if they can get some hits here. There'll be Carl, Tom Walsh, and Tony DiVincenzo in the top of the 5th for Dynasty. Carl fell behind his last at-bat, 0-2, and then hit a ground ball right back to Moretti. So we'll see if he wants to be a little more aggressive. 45's outfield's been playing pretty chill the whole night. Wind's kind of blowing in. Carl goes hard towards left center. That's a single. Carl with a single to start this top of the 5th inning. And now, if you're a Dynasty fan, you got the top of your lineup up. If you're watching the game on the live stream, if you're a Dynasty fan, you are getting closer to the camera. And if you're a 45s fan, you could be feeling a little nervous, but still with a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th, but the top of the lineup in Dynasty. We'll see what Walsh does here. Walsh will take a strike from Moretti.
Right behind you. He's right behind you. Watch the line drive.
No. Like, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, when I first,
Jim will fake and deliver to Walsh. And Walsh hits a line, base hit in the right. And he will try to go first to third, and he will be safe. And Walsh gets the second. A good throw out here by Sidro. Carl just kept going to third. Mastari was unable to catch it, and the ball did beat him at third. Carl's hard slide into third knocked the ball out of Mastari's hands. And Dynasty set up here second and third. Nice throw out and right. Mastari had it for a second, but Carl's hard slide into third. Tony, it's a ground ball. Oh, right to Moretti. A bad ball and an out for DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, not a great at bat there. Second and third in the fifth. You've got to get a guy in and a guy over. And I think he was trying to do that, but was very energetic getting to the box. Want to swing at that first pitch and just try to tap one to the right side and hit it right to Moretti. And now Mikey Mays will swing here. Second and third with one out now. If you're Dynasty, you got to at least get one across here. And Moretti misses inside for a ball. So Mikey Mays has got to be able to produce a run here for Dynasty. Matty Richards on deck. He's got a couple hits in the ball game. And it's a hard ball into center. Chucky will catch. Carl will play at the plate, but Moretti cuts it, and Dynasty ties the game. If Dynasty was able to get him on and get him over, they could have been. And we'll see what they decide to do here with Matty Richards. And with an open base over at first, and Matty Richards, one of the best hitters for Dynasty, we'll see what they elect to do here. If they want to pitch around him, just put him on, or go at him. Jack Landwehr's on deck. So a big decision here, 5-5 here in the top of the fifth. Walsh is on second. We'll see if Richards will get a chance to give Dynasty the lead here. Richards with a nice flip into right his last at bat. But Carl's good base running, being able to go first to third, stole Dynasty a run. And Moretti pitching, probably the most important at bat of this ball game. If they decide to go at him, that pitch was way deep for a ball. And he lays one in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Big at bat here for Matty Richards. Moretti with a big step to his right. He will hesitate and deliver. And he hits a ground ball to Mastari, who bobbles and will throw to first. Off of Richards, and Walsh will score. So errant throw by Mastari. Richards wheeling down the line gives Dynasty a 6-5 lead. So we'll show you the replay here. Mastari bobbled it. Not sure Richards was wheeling down the line. No one said anything. But Dynasty takes a 6-5 lead here in the top of the fifth. So a really good back and forth ball game. Both teams down back and forth, but we'll see if Landwehr, see what he does here. Feel good for Jack. Tried to go left center last time. It's wide open if he can go for it. And he tries it, and Marola will throw across the Haas in time. So we head to the bottom of the fifth. 6-5 Dynasty. Signature getting ready for their game against Moneyline, following probably 15 minutes after the conclusion. There's nowhere to hit, so they're allowed to hit on the field after these games. As Highway is leading 6-3 over the Gravediggers over on the other diamond. And Adam Haas will lead things off here. 8, 9, 10 for the 45s. No Scotty Vetter and no Vince Sacy. Could be missing somebody else, but those two not here this evening. And Haas hits a line drive to DiVincenzo, who throws the first in time.
Cody! Fuck! Get the fucking ball on the left side.
So Haas hit a hard line drive, but DiVincenzo smooth over there at short center. Nice play after a bad at bat his last. So bottom of the 5th, 1 out here for Danny Villarreal. And Danny tries to flip into right center. It's wide open. That's one of Danny's best balls. I'm not sure where the Dynasty outfield was lined up. Pretty deep and right. I'm not sure. Danny hasn't been known to beat the right fielder, but he's able to hit that towards the gap. So a 1-out single. Now Sidro, who got a base hit over, a lot of room over here for the 45s. Napoli's playing in at second, and Krasinski's deep and right. So Sidro tries to hit a flare.
3 over here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not moving Krasinski in and right. We'll see how that plays. So 0-2 here. So Vince Finelli way ahead here, 0-2. Could tend to see an illegal pitch here. Hesitation by Finelli, and he will double hesitate, go high up and inside.
Johnny, come into.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vince delivers a flat pitch, and he hits a humpback into center. Walsh will get it and fire it in. So Finelli went flat. Finelli went flat and short, and Sidro made him pay and hit a humpback into center. They do have Chuck is swinging here. They do have J-Rob on the bench. They're going to go with Chuck here. 1st and 2nd and 1 out, and Chucky will take a strike. Big at bat for the 45s. 1st and 2nd, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The bottom, Sidro's 2 for 2 in that 10 spot, so the 45s being able to get on base as a soccer ball comes onto the field. It's going to stay on the field until. So Vince waits. We'll see what Chuck does here. Vince pitches to Chuck and misses deep. So I want to say the count's 2-1 here. So 2 balls and a strike here. And Chuck hits a line drive through the middle. Napoli was shaded in. And Chucky, that ball's going to keep running. And Chucky's going to have a go-ahead 2 RBI triple for Chucky and a 7-6 lead for the 45s. We've been talking about how Dynasty hasn't really been positioned well. But yeah, Napoli was in and towards first, and Chucky went to his right. It was a hard hit liner, so now the 45s have Anthony Sanchez. Yeah, signature money line will be live streamed by Gio around 9:30. Sanchez will swing with a runner on third. And Sanchez hits a line drive to center. That will score the run. Walsh makes a basket catch. Chucky will score. 8-6. 45s here in the bottom of the 5th. With Nate Mercado. So if you're Dynasty, at least Mercado and maybe Mustari will be batting with 2 outs. Vince 2-0 on three balls and a strike. If you're Finelli, you don't want to walk Mercado because Mercado will score on a hit. Full count. The SSA scorekeepers are doing a great job following these games on, and Mercado goes hard, and Walsh will make the catch And we head to the top of the 6th, 8-6, 45's back and forth game here in the Midsummer Classic here in Bulger Park in Melrose Park, Illinois. We'll see if Dynasty finds a way, but Chuck, Sidro, and Chuck, the 10-11 hitters, both getting on base twice in this game has really helped the 45s go back up 2 runs. Being able to get on base for the top of your lineup and getting extra base hits. So top of the 6th. Joey Krasinski, the right fielder, will lead things off here for Dynasty here in the top of the 6th inning. Moretti to his left and delivers it right in there for a strike. And he hits a ground ball right to Moretti, who makes the play and throws out Krasinski.
Shake it, Joey. Shake it, Joey.
Hey, Tyler, you should be here helping Patty out. Patty's losing his mind out here. Joe Napoli, the second baseman, in the 7th spot, 1 for 2 this evening. Will take in for a ball. Moretti not happy with that call by Brad, the umpire. He flips it, and Sidro cannot make the play. Napoli will go to second. There's going to be a play at second, and Joey Napoli with a double down the right field line. A nice effort by Sidro and right. Hopefully I have it out here. Sidro got there and just couldn't hold on to it. And now Ethan Quinn, the shortstop for Dynasty, with a runner on second here in the top of the 6th.
Joey, you got one out.
And he hits a humpback to Mercado. He drops it, throws across. In time. Slow out of the box again by Quinn.
Stay with that ball.
Thought Mercado was going to catch it. And Quinn could not beat it out. So if you're Finelli here, this would be a big hit here as Napoli's at second. Outfield's in. Mercado's very deep at short. See if Vince can get an RBI and cut this game in half from 8-6 to 8-7. And he cuts one way foul down the left field line. No, open. Open count.
Watch it.
You probably don't even know.
Throw it out there, Jake. Here you go,
They're still there, brother.
See if Vince can try and push one through here. I gotta believe he's gonna be going right through Moretti. Man, there's not much distance between Mercado and Sanchez and left. They really think he could possibly cut. I think he's gonna try and beat Moretti. And he draws right to Mercado, who makes the catch. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, 8-6, 45's. Dynasty, one of their rare goose eggs in this game. They've really been scoring 1 or 2 every inning. And with Chucky's big 2 RBI triple in the bottom of the 5th, could be the highlight and star play of the game.
See, I think I can get you with the new ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, the pro.
That's like natural.
So Jeff Mustari
Actually just got like a big word.
will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th.
My wife would really love it. The pop was
If you're Dynasty here, you got Carl in the top of your lineup. That's how you were able to get the lead back in the 5th. So you got to get a 0 here and then try to get Matty Richards a chance with runners on. But Mastari could get an extra base hit here and really start this inning off for the 45s as he takes a strike from Finelli. Vince fakes, double hesitation, misses deep, so 1 ball and 1 strike here. Jeff goes hard to left, Carl back, under it, and makes the basket catch. Carl doing a good job out there and left. Mastari was trying to power one past Carl, got under it. Jeff's been battling a couple injuries throughout the year. Started at Westchester on Friday night and then didn't play the weekend. Played in the North-South. 45s. Lentin goes hard, humpback into right. Lentin aggressive after his called strike 3 his last at bat. Humpback one over Landwehr at first. And now Billy Smith with a runner on first here. Billy also trying to get a reach here. Fallen behind a couple times in this game, so I'd like to see him try and be aggressive here.
But I don't think I have enough rounds in me,
Billy humpback, fair foul ball. So a delayed foul call by Brad down the left field line. Richie Rico did a great job with these lines down the right field line, as you could tell. So great job by the grounds crew here at the Park District, Melrose Park, Bulger Veterans Park District. Richard Rico. Gio probably will be talking about him as well, how great of a job he does to get these fields ready. It did pour all day yesterday and most of the day today. Billy goes hard to left. It's a fly ball. Carl will catch. Lentin will tag, and no, he won't. A hard throw in by Carl on left. And now 2 outs with Lentin on first with Jim Moretti. Gio will be live. I keep reminding the viewers for the signature Moneyline game, probably 15 minutes after this live stream concludes, as both teams will hit. Moretti takes deep, so 2 balls and 1 strike here.
Two steps in.
Play at first. Close play at first. Brad was getting ready to ring him up. Landwehr came in on a strike, was unable to catch it and tag. Richards threw a rocket over here. And a walk there by Finelli. Yeah, Krasinski is way on the line out here and right. Moretti was like, I was going to hit right center. Not sure why no one's moving him. I could see Maroa trying to go right center too here. But yeah, a massive gap in right field. We'll see if Maroa will elect to go there or not. Play at first, and he is out at first. So Maroa took a late pitch. Moretti was way on second. So we head to the top of the 7th. I hope I have it right here on stream. But Moretti gets caught lurking, and we head to the top of the 7th. The Circus Invitational plays Saturday, I believe, Timmy, at 10 in the morning. So Circus plays Saturday at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, so the way they both ran.
I mean, to go 0-2, I think that's why.
Why did you say that wasn't Moretti's fault? It was someone else. Make sure you get that on.
I got it. So we head to the top of the 7th. Carl who started off in the top of the 5th, got a single towards left center. So,
They doubled up Jimmy. They got Jimmy like that. He's fast.
you know, they got Larry Downs, a Hall of Famer, coaching first. You think they might have pinch ran him, but Carl hits a ground ball right off Moretti, who makes the play. So Moretti with a nice play right off his stomach. Timmy, not sure how Circus got that. But yeah, big news is BTA and Pharaohs were unable to get guys out to come play this weekend, hurting their chances at a Forest Park bye. We'll see how that plays in. We talked about it a little in the earlier innings, but one out here for Tommy Walsh, down 2. Highway leading 10-5 over there. Thank you, Gio, for the notifications. So I believe it could be 2-0 here. We'll see if Walsh takes one. So 2-1. Walsh hits a line drive right to Chucky. And now Tony DiVincenzo is the last out for Dynasty. Dynasty playing hard. I never said that, Tim. I just said that a lot of these teams are playing.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
So Jimmy tried a quick pitch, but yeah, a lot of these teams, their last statement to get a bye. Iron, who's been playing red hot lately, they play Meatball City tonight. So Iron's a team that you could possibly look at to maybe get a bye. Who's in the tournament this weekend? Moneyline, as you will see next here on the live stream. Tony cuts one to Mastari. He goes to his left, fires it across, and fires it almost off Jeff Baytall. Mastari with a nice play to his left, fired it to Adam. And now Mikey Mays, the third baseman, if he can maybe stretch a double here, Dynasty's going to get a runner for DiVincenzo. It will be interesting to see if Mays gets on here with Matty Richards, who could pound the ball. So if you're a Dynasty fan, you're not done quite yet. If you're a 45 fan, you're 1 out away from advancing further into this winner's bracket. Moretti checking with Brad to make sure he's ready. And Mays goes hard towards left, and Sanchez makes the catch to end the ball game. So a good game by both teams. Dynasty was up, down, back and forth, but 45's a little short-handed. Wins 8-6 over Dynasty. Great game. Chucky with the big 2 RBI triple was the highlight of the game. And Gio will be live for Moneyline Signature following the conclusion. 15 minutes probably after this live stream ends. So stay tuned here. William Russ signing off on SSA Broadcast.